Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome. Why is this mic so... Why are you so low, bro? Anyway, welcome back to the channel. You get me? We're here back on another episode of Husam x Tom x Callum. Unfortunately, Matt is not here because he's a little bit sick. I'm sick as well, but you see, I'm here. In it, Matt. I'm here still. But regardless, it's gonna have to be 1v2 again, from the Undertaker versus the Dudley Boys. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, before you start watching, before you enjoy the show, let's get the likes up. Immediately get the likes up. Subscribe to the channel right here, right now. Also, all these guys' channels in the description, including Matt's channel, even though he left me out to dry. You get me? Go subscribe to his channel as well. And hopefully Tom Little is going to upload something sometime. So joining us first and foremost, you get me? I think this guy is one of the 3 owners of the pound for pound best Liverpool channel on YouTube. Absolute icon of the Liverpool YouTube. Tom, why are you smiling? It's obviously not you. Joining us on the channel is man like Callum. How you doing, Callum?
Big up, bro. Big up, bro. Nice to be back, man. Nice to be back.
Big up to you, Callum. Big up to you. And joining us, of course, on the channel, everyone's favorite troublemaker, the biggest Cunha admirer in the whole planet, and the less said about him, the better. Man like Tom Little. How you doing, Tom?
I am very good, mate. I'm very good. Good to be back. We weren't here last week. I hope you had a good break. Don't be feeling good about yourself now.
Thank you.
We got the job done on the weekend, and Mateus Cunha prop is, the stocks I've got in that one are higher than ever. So it was an all round very good weekend.
I didn't even realize there was espionage on there.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of crimes for Tom Little. There's a lot of crimes.
I mean, one of my known aliases is Diaz Apologist. Even though I was one of his biggest aces last year. I don't know how that happened.
Big up to you guys, man. Big up to you guys. Let me show you something first. You want to see how dirty... You like this new thumbnail, yeah? It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to see how dirty Vel did me and you first? Me and you, Callum, specifically in the first thumbnail. Guys, this is why Vel is a fraud. I'm going to call out my own graphic designer. Let me show you. Look at the original thumbnail. Look at this.
Oh, wow. It looks like I've only got 2 teeth. It looks like I've got curly perm. Wow.
He made me look 48 as well. Look at the like my forehead.
My whole face, bro.
Vel, what are you doing, bro? Well,
I think Vel smashed it because he's actually made me look like I've got a decent facial hair growth, which I don't have. So I appreciate
that's
that.
not you. Like that's you catfishing right there. You get me? So
wow.
I know.
Yeah,
I had the proper like curly perm. Just straightened out.
Callum was just done dirty.
That is
just completely
wrong angle.
You know when I saw when he first sent me this. You know what I told him? I'm like, bro, why have you made Callum look like the rabbit from Looney Tunes? What's going on here? And then he changed that. He made it normal again. Bro, it's just, you guys are just... Well, sometimes we have to suffer with that guy. But anyway, big up to all of you guys. Already 220 people locked in. We haven't even started the show yet. Like and subscribe right now. Go subscribe to Kopish. Go subscribe to the Matt One Show. And go subscribe to Tom Little's channel. They're all in the description right here, right and now. So as per usual, when we start the stream, first we talk about the game that happened this week. And the game that happened this week is Southampton. So I'm gonna start off with you, Callum. Tell me your thoughts on the Southampton game.
A bitty performance. Weren't great, to be honest. I'd only say Grab, Salah, Szoboszlai had a good game. Kelleher, obviously. I'd say those are the only guys who had a good game. The rest were kind of average at best or just above average. But the hallmark of a title challenging team is winning games even when they're not playing very well. So I'll take the 3 points, and I hope it serves as a kick up the backside for the team, but some of those individuals as well, to not get comfortable and not take things for granted. We probably suffered a little bit going into the game thinking we're number 1 in the league, they're number 20, we're playing good, we'll just walk these guys over, and that didn't happen. So I'm hoping that serves a kick out the backside. Slot is not someone who seems like he rests on his laurels and does take things seriously. So I'm hoping things will be rectified over the next week, and hopefully we get some better results or better performances as well as results, should I say.
Thomas?
We're normally always quite a bit shit after international breaks, especially directly afterwards. I agree with Cal on who played well. I think Gakpo was all right as well, but he just kind of faded out the game after 25 minutes, which was a bit annoying. Obviously, Kelleher, unlucky to not have a pet.
Tom, I don't like to interrupt at the start, but ain't no way you started off by saying Gakpo was all right when he was our worst forward on the day. Can we have some shame? Can you actually have some class for once and actually speak the truth? There's no way you start your monologue with Gakpo was all right. How was Gakpo all right? He was shit in the game.
Yeah, Gakpo wasn't good, Tom. I don't think personally.
I disagree. I thought he was like I said, fell off after the first 20 minutes. But in the first 20 minutes, he was beating his man. He forced a good save from the keeper. He put in a couple of dangerous crosses, which I'll touch on Núñez later, because apparently you don't think Núñez was that bad in the game. I thought it was probably his worst game of the season so far. It just honestly, he was annoying the fuck out of me. I understand Núñez isn't going to score goals. Now, I've accepted that now. Núñez is not going to get me goals every game. But I was watching him stand when we had that spell where Robertson and Gakpo were putting in crosses, and we got some actual good crosses out of Robertson, and Núñez is letting Flynn Downs beat him in the air. It was rattling. I just don't think Núñez had a great game. His link up wasn't there. His hold up play wasn't great. He was misplacing simple. He had a good moment where he put the pass across to Diaz, who should have scored and overran it. But outside of that, I can't think of anything good Núñez done.
I can't believe you're probably Núñez. I really can't believe this. I really don't think Núñez was bad in that game at all. I think he made very smart runs. I think he kept the ball well. I think he held up the ball well. He played some good passes. He pressed really well as well. I don't think he kept the ball well at all. I think his passing, bar one pass to Diaz, which I don't blame Núñez for. It's Diaz's fault for overrunning it. I thought his passing for the most part was bad. How many times did he kick it behind the player who's making the run, so they have to stop the run and go backwards to pick up the ball, and momentum's lost? I've seen a couple of Núñez good games this year. This wasn't one of them. In my eyes, it wasn't like.
Also, though, Szoboszlai should have put Núñez through later on in the game and never did. And Gakpo, when the ball came out to Gakpo and it was virtually an open goal, even though there's a defender in front of Gakpo's just got to square that to Núñez as well. I don't look again. Everyone knows my thoughts on Núñez. I don't think he was great, but I do think he was a little starved of service as well. But again, his passing was a little off. Diaz should have scored. He should have timed his run better. But Gakpo.
When we say the service was off, though, we're looking at two moments. One of which I think the Szoboszlai one. If Szoboszlai should probably play it earlier, but also
not probably.
Núñez kind of gives Szoboszlai. Yeah, ideally Szoboszlai plays it earlier, but Núñez also fucks the run up bit slightly because he doesn't give Szoboszlai enough room for error. The good strikers are I go back to Haaland against Arsenal.
Do you want me to upload the freeze frame right now?
Again, you're saying freeze frame. I'm saying about the whole moment in continuation. When I compare Haaland to Núñez, and I'm comparing because I think Liverpool should have the best in class forwards. I really do. So I look at Haaland against Arsenal, where he should have got that ball about 3 seconds before he got it. But he kept angling his run, so he stayed on side throughout the whole thing. Whereas Núñez, I don't think he can angle his run in the same way. I do think that the best case scenario is Szoboszlai plays that ball first time, and Núñez is in on goal. Completely agree. But to make again, yes, right, okay. Are you just going to ignore the part where I said I'm on about the whole thing? Where
Yeah, but you're
if you
saying
go
you're
back
on
to that
about the
freeze
whole
frame,
thing. Play the pass
best-
here. Nunez is through on goal. And actually, even if I play the video, like 2 seconds later, Nunez is still onside. He could have cut it back as well.
he's not still
He
onside.
was
2
only
seconds later. He's
offside
not
at
still
the end
onside
of the
2 seconds
play. You're
later.
making me defend Nunez. He
I
really was only offside at the end.
We'll
I
agree
swear.
to
I'm not
disagree.
saying
I watched the video back today, and because I thought the same thing. It was on Soboslai. The more I watch it, the more I go, it's still mainly Soboslai, but Nunez has to be better at angling his runs. But when we go on about the lack of service he got, part of that is due to how he was in the box. He's 6'2". He's a big presence, and he was letting Flynn Downs dominate him in the air. Flynn Downs is a fucking DM, a 5'10" DM. Like, that's not good enough. This Southampton defence aren't good, and Nunez was letting them bully him in the box. I understand that Nunez isn't a Firmino type who is going to be perfect with link up constantly. I've accepted that. I understand that you'll have bad games with your link up occasionally, but when you're having those bad games with your link up, when you're having those bad games with your passing, I need the box presence. I need you to be able to be a threat in the box. Do you know who was the biggest threat in the box? Fucking Salah, and he was arriving late half the time.
Yeah.
He was holding the back post. He was causing more problems than anyone in the box. That's what gets me with Nunez. And I know we won, and I shouldn't really be focusing on the negatives, but it's just like, just when I think we're turning a corner with him, I see stuff like that, and I go, are we back at the same point? But on the midfield, because I thought Ryan Gravenberch had an exceptional game. Exceptional. I know Salah got 2, and he gets all applauded, rightly so, but Gravenberch was exceptional in that game. Really good. Soboslai, that was probably his best all-round performance, bar obviously the pass at the end. But that, in terms of from minute 1 to minute 80 until he gassed out, he was everywhere on that pitch, defensively going forward. I thought the defense was shit, really was.
Yeah.
Take your pick of who made fuck ups. Conor Bradley's at fault for the second goal, I think. Yeah, the second one, because he runs back across when he shouldn't do. Robertson's at fault for the first one, although I don't believe it was a penalty. I think the foul happened outside the box. But Van Dijk shouldn't give it away in that position, and Robertson should make the tackle earlier because he's got Canate covering, so it shouldn't even go down to there. Canate was probably the best of the bad bunch, but even then he wasn't great. Got a booking early on.
Are you ready to concede now once and for all?
On what?
That his time is up and it's over. The whole Robertson thing now. Can we just be, because you know who messaged me today? Vel, who's the biggest, like Vel, like has wet dreams about Robertson every day. He loves the guy. He even messaged me, he's done with him. He's like, start Gomez against Madrid or start Tsimikas or whoever is fit. Like, he's just had enough of Robertson. Are you willing to concede now that Robertson is just done out here? Or are you going to keep waffling? Oh my God. The guy got cooked defensively by Dibbling.
What makes you think he's not on the wane, Tom?
I think he's on the way down. He's not as good as he once was, but I don't think he's as bad as he's made out to be. I think when we look at the penalty decision, he's put in a 1v1 situation because his centre back has decided to backheel it, trying to play out from the back and put him in a 1v1. As much as Robertson gives away the penalty, well, factually, he created the most chances in the game, but you don't like stats.
Oh, so
my the first
God.
25 minutes, yes.
Because he passed it to someone and he shot, he created the most chances in the game. You're so shameless.
I mean, if we're going on about the chances, if we are going on about the chances created, he put in the cross for Salah in the first half, which McCarthy saved. I'm pretty sure it was Diaz who put in the cross, which Salah at the post. He put in the cross for Nunez when he actually won a header for once. He put a cross in for.
You want to know how many crosses hit first man in the game? 7.
I know, Rob. Right, okay. You're gonna run this thing. I know Robertson's crossing is inconsistent. Yes,
factually.
They did. Am I saying he was great? No. I know. I said. Every
Callum,
defender was
your
shit.
partner. You know, it's your partner.
Technically, I'm on the fence going into the show today.
Oh, here we go. Callum is well on the fence. What are you guys seeing with Robertson that I'm not? No.
When it comes to Robertson, I'm not on the fence.
And going forward, he's shit as well.
No. When it comes to Robbo, I'm not on the fence. I think we need to
Thank
upgrade on Robbo ASAP.
Hold that, Tom.
Here's
That's
the
fine.
left back situation.
You can
is very
have that a bit
complicated.
last.
We're living in a world where we might actually need 2 left backs or 2 players that can play at left back.
I don't know how long Tsimikas is out for.
I'm talking about going forward. I think if we were to get a left centre back who can play left back and then an orthodox left back and replace Robbo and Tsimikas, I think that would be the ideal situation.
I think we have to move on. I
The
can
thing
actually
is,
name
I know what you're going to push for. You're never going to get me to say that I think Tsimikas is a Liverpool standard starting left back because he's not.
Yeah, but
He's
but
he's
right
better
now,
than
whether
Robbo
he
right
wants or
now,
not,
though.
he's better than Robertson.
I think our best left back right now is Gomez.
No,
Do you like it or not? Our
can't-
best
you
left
can't
back is
make that.
Gomez.
Can't make that claim when he hasn't played
I-
there all year long. The only reason you
I
want to
can
make that claim is
claim.
because you want to be wrong and strong, and you don't want to admit that Tsimikas has done a fantastic job this season. Tsimikas has not gotten cooked once defensively.
Tsimikas has done all right.
You know, he's done very good. He hasn't been cooked once defensively.
Mm.
Going forward, of course, he has more technique in his right foot than Robertson has in his whole body. So when it comes to Tsimikas, whether you want to talk about Liverpool standards or not, whether we like it or not, those are the 2 left backs we have right now. So until January comes, we can't talk about signing anyone. And in the current moment in time, I'd simply start Tsimikas. And when you talk about Gomez playing left back, we have no sample size of that this season. We don't know how he would play left back in the slot system at all. So I'm not gonna make that claim, to be honest with you. And exactly what Ben said, you just have blind hatred for Costa Tsimikas. I don't know why.
I don't have blind hatred. I'm quite
Yes,
happy to say
you
when
do.
Tsimikas has done well. I've come out and said Tsimikas has done well a number of times. Doesn't make me think he's a good enough footballer for Liverpool. And if you're
So,
going
Tom,
about, I've not seen him make any mistakes for goals.
I
this
think
year,
Robertson is a
Brighton
good
at
enough
home.
footballer for Liverpool. How?
No, they're both not good enough now.
So that's what I was going to ask. What would you, in the summer, Tom? Would you move both on and try and bring someone in, or 2 players in, or just one?
If you can guarantee me both, we get 2 left backs. I'd move both of them on. I just don't think you're going to get 2 in one summer. So then
I think
it
we would
comes
get a
down to who
left-footed
would you
centre
still
back, a left-footed
first.
centre back who can play there, and a left back. I think that could work.
Again, I think you're leaving yourself a little bit short. I think what I would do this summer, I'd definitely go out and get at least 1 left back. If you can get that left-footed centre back as well, and because Robertson's contract is up after this year or after next year, I think we're not going to get money for him anyway. If we're being completely honest, I can at least
For
get
who?
15-20 mil for Tsimikas, who's got a year for Robertson.
No, I think you could get some money for him. I don't think
Yeah, I think we could basically get like
Who
7 to 8
are
million from
you
that.
going to get more money for?
Maybe
who
a
are you
sell.
gonna get more
No,
money
you get
for?
more money for
Tsimikas
Tsimikas,
or
but I think
Robertson?
you could sell Robbo for like
So
just
then
like
I'd
a
like to go
Celtic, for
Tsimikas.
example.
Yeah, but you
Robert
could get a nice
Yeah,
little
but
15 for Robertson. That's not crazy.
Yeah, I think you can get 20-25 for Tsimikas because he's younger. He's got longer on his contract. I'd move
Then he's better,
Tsimikas
so
on.
you're
I'd
right.
have Robertson be the backup. I'd move Robertson. I'd have Robertson be the exclusive backup, and I'd bring in a proper first team left back, whether it's Kirkes or whether it's fucking Robinson or whoever people want to say. And I'd also ideally like to sign that left foot centre back who can go into that position if you're not going to play Gomez there.
Yeah.
Who?
I think that left back is a position that needs to be dealt. I don't know. I haven't looked at the left footed centre back on the
someone
market.
like
Maybe
Hato-
like Urel
Hato-
Hato or something from Ajax.
Yeah, I
But
think someone like Hato makes sense.
You guys really have like
So
the
I
very
feel
bad
like-
taste. I'll be honest with you. You guys don't have good taste at all. What happened to like asking for like a Bastoni level
but
player?
Ryan
You guys-
Aït-Nouri.
But no,
guys-
Bastoni would be the dream, but Bastoni don't want to leave Italy.
First of all, Aït-Nouri has more quality in his left foot than our whole left backs combined, including
He's got
Gomez.
no
So stop it
defensive.
now.
He's got no
Mhm.
defensive
And-
awareness. Though.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
and
got no
and he also
he's
let
got
Noni
no
Madueke.
defensive.
He also let
He's-
Noni Madueke score a hat trick.
Yes, and
That's the
Robertson let
worst
Saka
crime a
cut
left
in.
back could ever do. He let...
Robertson let Saka cut into his left foot in his own penalty box and get cooked by
Right.
dibbling.
Okay.
Dibbling.
Yeah. Great.
Aït-Nouri
Mhm.
had one bad
And
game. but
Ryan
technically, he's superior.
Ryan Aït-Nouri let Madueke score a hat trick.
Also, can we stop with this Morello hype? Can everyone stop acting like he's like the big version of Roberto Carlos or something? He's just he's not that good, bro. Like people need to chill on this Morello thing. He's okay.
I think he's Murillo's good. Shall I tell you what it is about Aït-Nouri?
Yeah, but you want Stiller as well, Callum. So where do
Yeah,
you go
still
from
is
here?
a G. Still is good. man.
Hey, leave Stiller out of it.
Yeah, leave Stiller out.
Stiller's
Instead
alright,
of what you wanting Zubimendi or Ederson or someone that ilk, I want Angelo Stiller. That's who you want.
I don't
So how
trust
can I trust
Zubimendi.
your talent ID?
Zubimendi's a great footballer, but I don't trust Zubimendi because I don't know where his head's going to be at. I don't know if we're going to get him in a month later. He's going to be homesick. Shall I tell you what it is about Nori? He's almost a perfect wing back, but he's not a full back. So if I'm going to be honest, looking at how they're trying to play right now, Nori for Man United is a perfect fit, but not for Liverpool. He'd get done defensively too much. Again, you're going to trust me,
His best
Husam.
performances come when they're playing a back five.
I really like Nori, but regardless,
No,
I
so
can name
do I,
seven.
Husam.
I can name
I don't
7
think
left
he's
backs
the
in the
best
Premier
one.
League better than Robertson right now.
Say again, sorry?
I can name 7 left backs in the Premier League better than Robertson right now, comfortably.
Go on.
Gomez, Simicas, Robinson, Nuri.
Hold on a minute. I'm not allowed to say Gomez, but he's allowed to put Gomez in his list.
Wow.
Can I speak?
You're moving this up.
Can I speak? Robertson is so shit that even Gomez without a thing is better than him. So let me start again. Gomez, Robertson, Vardiol, Cucurella, Timber, Estupinian, Nuri, Robinson, that's 8. And you could say Kirkus, that's 9.
I tell you another player who I think is good on the low, but you're gonna cuss me for this, is Leif Davis at Ipswich. I think he's a very good left back as well.
Guys, if Callum and Tom were our sporting directors, we'd
I never said I'd buy them.
We'd end up in mid fucking table. I swear to God, these guys. Imagine signing Stiller, Leaves Davis, signing that random Ajax guy. Oh, we're screwed, guys. We're screwed. We're actually screwed, guys. Yes, Estupinian. Yes, Estupinian is cold. He's cold. Better than some of your dumbass Murillo shouts in the chat. Frauds.
I'm not moved by Estupiñán either. Lewis Hall looks very good. Shout out to BC17.
No,
Lewis Hall looks very good.
He's old.
Lewis Hall is just a younger version of Matt Ritchie. He doesn't move me at all.
Wow.
Yeah, they're both little like pit bulls. That's it. But I don't say anything.
So Husam, if I said to you, who would you go and get? Who would you go and get in an ideal world?
Ideal world. See, now we're talking my language. Have fine taste. Have fine taste in everything in life. You know?
Yeah, but an ideal FSG don't operate in an ideal world though, bro.
Yeah, but some of the money you're going to be paying for some of these players, you could actually get better players for the same money.
Sam, I'm going to repeat it. FSG don't operate in an ideal world, bro. Because if they did, we wouldn't be speaking about contracts of 3 of our best players.
We will.
In history.
I want to get to the contracts thing in a second, but ideal world, I'd get Bastoni. I'd get... Yeah, and you see this, the people who know ball know exactly what I'm saying. I'd get Lobotka. And for me, I would get Kvaratskhelia. I'd solve all our problems from the Serie A. Now, yes, I'd solve all our problems from the Serie A. Now, if I wanted to reduce the money a little bit, I'd pay most of it.
Oh my God, Lobotka's 30. Oh my God.
Here comes the age.
I'm not bored with the Lobotka one. Kvaratskhelia and Bastoni.
Bro, if you watch Lobotka, that guy is a certified baller. Stop it, Tom. All your. By the way, you want to know how I know I'm right? Tom's only rebuttal is he's 30, his age. That's it. Never mentioned anything about his quality or whatever.
Lobotka's a good player, but I don't want to buy a 30-year-old DM from a league which is notorious for having players.
Yeah, but you could probably get
in the Premier League.
You could probably get him from Napoli for
even,
what? Like 20?
Even if he does adapt, I get 2 years max. So then I'm just kicking the can of DM down the road.
Okay. Now, if I want to change it up,
he needs time to adapt.
Stiller's better than
you wait, Tom. You literally wanted 2 Americans to come into this team. Now back to the thing. Speaking of, if I wanted to reduce the price a little bit and be more realistic, I'd go one of Zubimendi or Chouameni, because I think you get one of them for 60 million or less. I'd go.
You've got Chouameni below Lobotka.
No. I'm saying the more realistic scenario, Tom. Like now, overall, the money package is going to be less.
Okay. Liverpool can sign one DM, any price, any whatever this summer, bar Rodri for obvious reasons. Lobotka, Zubamendi, Chouameni.
Number 1 would be Zubamendi. Number 2 would be Chouameni. Number 3 would be Lobotka. Before you lean back and start screaming.
So why the fuck's
the
Lobotka
reason
your
why
ideal world DM?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I mentioned it for the first package, I paid more for a forward and for a centre back. Bastoni and Kvaratskhelia together are gonna cost 150 million. So just to be a bit realistic, even in an idealistic world, I included a midfielder that might not cost as much. That's it. But if it's completely ideal world, you know, the Sheikh buys us tomorrow, I'm gonna go Zubamendi, Bastoni, and Kvaratskhelia. Now, if I'm gonna make it more realistic,
How much do you think Lobotka would cost?
bro, you could get Lobotka for about 20 easily.
20.
It would be. It really would be a steal.
Toughest negotiator. They're the toughest negotiators going. The fuckers paid 25 for Scott McTominay. They're not going to let the best midfielder go for less than they pay for Scott McTominay. Let's be completely honest.
Yeah, but what did you just do 3 seconds ago? You leaned back and he said he's 30, so that's why he's cheaper.
Like that's ever stopped Napoli from getting good money. Lad, how much did these lot get for fucking Koulibaly?
Koulibaly was one of the best centre backs in the world. That's such a shit comparison.
And you've just pushed that Lobotka is one of the best DMs.
Okay, but because of his age, which he was older than Koulibaly at the time he was sold, I think you could get less money. But anyway, regardless, if I want to bring a more realistic scenario, I'd go Zubamendi or Chouameni because I think one of them is realistic. And then, in terms of like centre back / left back, I still would take Ait Nouri. But if I can't take Ait Nouri, then like the left back thing, Kerkez doesn't move me really, to be honest with you.
Kerkez doesn't move me like that either.
Yeah, I'm like just like 50-50 on him. Like if we sign him, fair, but I'm not gonna sit up here and go like, yeah, we signed Kerkez. I just don't know, bro. Like I don't know about the left back thing because there's a lot of options, so I don't really know who I would get, to be honest with you. But I still like Ait Nouri to the second. And if not, you can go get Hinch Cappy from Bayer Leverkusen, who could play centre back and left back, and had a very good game against Salah. But because Salah is elite, he just couldn't stop him. And forward, I would still pay the money for Kvara. I would pay the money for Kvara all day, to be honest with you. Like I think if you had
the left winger either, though, Sam. As much as Kvara is one of my favorite players, like we don't need a left winger. Unless you're going to move.
Okay, I'll ask you something, Callum. Would you rather have Diaz and Gakpo together or Kvara alone?
I'd move. If I'm going to be honest, I know it's a wild shout. I'd personally move Nunes and Jota on in the summer. If Diaz stayed, because again, there's no guarantees on that, because Barcelona probably will be sniffing around and he's not signed a new contract yet. I would move Diaz centrally and bring in another striker and have Jadon Danns as the third striker. And then that way you make space for Kava. But saying that, I mean, do you even need a left? Because again, Chiesa, if Chiesa's fit, then, which we ain't seen yet, Chiesa plays left wing, him and Gakpo cover left wing, and then you go and get someone, well, we don't even know what's going on with Salah. Either way, we need to make changes for the forward line. We need to make changes. But
I agree with you, but can you answer my question, please? If you were able to sell Gakpo and Diaz to get Kvaratskhelia, would you do it?
Can I answer that question offline, please?
That's a yes, because the answer to that question for me would also be a yes, to be honest with you. Like, so yeah, it is.
Would it not be risky selling 2 left wingers to get 1 though?
Do you think Napoli 50 years ago thought it was risky to get Maradona when he used cocaine? No, because they got Maradona. When it comes to Kvaratskhelia, that guy is a game changer. He can win you a game by himself.
I know.
That alone is worth more than Gakpo and Diaz. Gakpo, who Tom thinks had a good game because he had 1 good cross to 5'3" Mo Salah. Big up to Jay Finn, who says, Tom, Szoboszlai didn't play the pass because he didn't have the confidence that he would do it right. Robo didn't need to make a tackle. He just needed to usher the attacker down the line. Right. He had covering help. And actually, factually as well, he was so far away from like actually being in a dominant position, bro. Wow. You're getting called out, Callum.
No, he wasn't. He was in the right spot. He was in the right spot to have a shot.
There's
2 ways of defending.
What have I done wrong?
There's two ways of defending the situation Robertson was in. You either try and shuttle them out. Bear in mind, I think that the defense that there was no talking in that back line anyway. Because why the fuck's Van Dijk there? Connor Bradley, I don't know where the fuck Connor Bradley's gone at this point. It's Canate and Robertson, and Canate's kind of caught off guard anyway. So Dibbling's running straight at Robertson. Robertson can either try and usher him wide, even though Dibbling's got the pace on him, or he has to go and commit to the tackle, trust that there's cover behind him so he won't get sent off. And the part I agree with, the tackle should have been done earlier. It should have been made well outside the box.
Tom mentioned
so
that
slyly
Connor Bradley
go,
had a really bad game as well, by the way. Slyly, Connor Bradley had a really bad game as well, by the way. But because Robertson was so off,
he was at fault for the second one, and he didn't get into it.
Big up my guy Ed, who says I
say what though. I know that it's. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
By the way,
I was
Tom,
going to say something about Dibbler.
You're hearing
I thought that even though it was. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yes. Because you're hearing me 3 seconds later. You're moving like Robertson's defending this season. I'd sooner have Ray play left back than have Robbo as our regular left back for the rest of the season. Listen, God be with us against Madrid and Man City. When Braveheart himself, I hope he doesn't cost us any of those games, bro. I genuinely hope he doesn't.
Ray?
Are you seriously asking?
Ryan.
By the way, can I just say the two girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
That's Ray. We got Ray. Yep.
It doesn't get any less funny. Oh my god.
Yep, that's the guy right there. Big up to you. Up top is okay. We need a striker and sell Jota or Nunez. Listen,
there's an argument to be made to sell both for different reasons.
Yes, I think this is the last chance season for Nunez for me. I've had enough of this shit. If he doesn't perform this season, it's time to piss off, mate. You get me? This is what it is. So, yeah. But currently, I don't think Nunez has been bad this season at all. And actually, Jota, to be fair, it's not like he's had one of them muscle injuries or something. Someone just elbowed him to the ribs and he got injured. So that's not really an injury where you can actually go like, wow, he's injury prone, blah, blah, blah. You get what I'm saying?
Let me play devil's advocate just for a second. How many times do we sit there and say Diogo Jota gets an unlucky injury? It's like
not much, actually. I think a lot of the time he gets muscle injuries. This one actually, truthfully, was unlucky.
So
he's had 3 since he's been at the club, impact injuries, if I'm not mistaken. The rest. So
he had this one this year with the
toss and
elbow in the ribs. Last year against Brentford, he had someone fall on his was it his knee or his ankle? I can't remember.
His knee, and then
those ones are unfortunate. I have a bigger problem with that, when you get a statement from the club, Jota injured in training. That's what I have a problem with.
21-22 was an ankle injury that he got against
Atalanta. No, that was the year before.
That was I think the first
that was a muscle injury.
Midtjylland away in the Champions League.
So he's had one every year because 21-22 he got an ankle injury, but I'm trying to remember who it was against. It was either against Leicester.
Yeah, but regardless, Tom, I hear where you're coming from, but this one specifically, just specific Prism case scenario, it really is unfortunate because the guy just fell on his ribs. Like, I can't. That could literally happen to anyone on that pitch. So that's why I'm saying.
Just like how it was unfortunate that someone fell on his leg last year and they fell on his leg the year before that and they fell on his leg the year before that. Again, it's unfortunate, but the fact that it's happening with consistency now.
It's down. You don't get my point. I agree that Jota's injury prone. 100% agreed. And if you tell me you want to sell Jota at the end of the season because he's not fit enough, I have no problem with that. I'm just saying this specific injury actually was unlucky because the guy just fell on his ribs. That's all I'm saying. I'm not disputing that he's injury prone.
But that's my point is how many. It seems to be a consistent thing that at least once every year the man gets an unlucky contact injury. At what point
I
does it stop
definitely
being
hear
a coincidence?
I definitely hear where you're coming from.
It's down to play style and stuff.
Selling the guy, like I'm okay with us selling him. That's why. Big up to Avocado. That's the weirdest way to spell avocado. You almost threw me off because I thought you were trying to catch me out. Big up to you guys. Marmoush is a great deal, is what Avocado says. Look, as someone who watches the Egyptian national team, has looked at for Marmoush for a bit, a lot of Marmoush's goals come from counterattacks and transition. Now, having said that, that might work well for us in terms of the Premier League because we also score a lot of transition goals. However, if we do come up against a low block or if we do come up against that specific scenario, Marmoush might not be as good as we're seeing right now. So, like, a lot of his goals do have personalities.
That would be a game where a guy like a Mateus Cunha, who can operate in tight spaces against deep defenses, would be useful, wouldn't it?
Can you stop it? Can you actually stop
It's almost like the ideal scenario for Liverpool this summer, in an attacking sense, would be sign Mo Salah to a new deal, get Federico Chiesa fit, sell Nunes and Jota, buy Marmoush and Cunha, have Jadon Danz as the third option, and if you're really that desperate, go and buy Ryan Cherky to be an attacking mid. Simple.
Yeah, but what you know, Tom, I realize you actually have a shit taste in football in general. Well, I've never heard you say get Isak, get Gyökeres, get Bastoni, get Barella. Your taste is always ass. Like
I have a real. Do you think I wouldn't want Bastoni?
No, but you just said idealistic. I'm gonna catch you out. Oxford Dictionary, ding ding ding. You said in an ideal scenario you'd get Cunha and Marmoush.
I don't like to work in La La Land where FSG all of a sudden find their checkbook and start spending 300 million.
Okay.
Even my ideal world is in it. Idealistically, with no restrictions, I'm buying Gyökeres, I'm buying Bastoni, I'm buying both Zubimendi and Tchouaméni, and just fully revamping the midfield. I would go fucking all out in an ideal world, but I understand my ownership. And I understand the way they operate and the type of players they want to buy. I actually don't know if they would even buy Cunha because he might be too old for them.
How old is Cunha?
I think he's like 25, 26.
I don't think Gyökeres does as well for us as he does for Sporting.
What, like Nunes didn't do as well for us as he's done for Benfica?
I don't know. So for me, he's better.
I wouldn't buy anyone from Benfica. Even if Messi was there, I wouldn't buy him from Benfica. Benfica is just a cursed club when it comes to
I honestly think that the two strikers I think that would do the best for us, even though they might not be the best strikers, for me, are Isak and maybe Sesko.
Oh
Sesko, I have doubts about Sesko. I don't think he's the best striker at Leipzig. I think
no, he's not, but I think he would complement our system well. Isak for me is the one I've wanted us. I wanted us to get Isak before we signed Nunes. That was the one I really wanted us to get.
Yeah, Isak's
good. Guys,
the injuries.
I have to sit up here and say something right now based on the opinions of these two incredible gentlemen right here. As much as I think this guy has been absolutely useless, I think Richard Hughes has better talent idea than you both, because what I'm hearing right now is so disgraceful from you both. Did I just hear Sesko? I cannot believe I just heard Sesko.
I think
brother,
in this system,
Callum, what is happening?
In this system,
what is happening in the universe?
In this system, he works. In this system, he works. Again,
you guys would have us in mediocrity so quick. Honestly, you'd have us in mediocrity.
You know, shout out to Drifty. If I don't know if he's still in the chat, João Pedro. The only thing with João Pedro,
that's another one.
He screams false nine to me, and I don't think we need a false nine anymore.
Fair.
João Pedro's the kind of guy you'd buy if you were going to move Szoboszlai further back in the midfield.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the contract situation. Make up to Ado says Liverpool will lose to Real Madrid and then smoke City 5-0. Hey, I don't care. If we beat City, I don't give a fuck about the Madrid game. All I have to do is beat Lille and Girona, and I'm through, bro. So I'm good. I don't even need to beat Lille and Girona. If I just beat Lille, I'm through. So I'm good. Can we raid some Lyon players? They have money issues. Isn't that why we're looking at Cherky right now? I swear,
boys. I'm just gonna say this because I have a bit of a curse when it comes to wanting footballers to sign for Liverpool. Cherky reminds me of what Coutinho was at Inter Milan and Espanyol before we signed him. I think Cherky is a right move away from being one of the best players in the world.
Just needs the right environment to figure it out.
Cherky is an elite technician.
Oh,
when it comes to technique, if I'm talking purely technique,
special.
I think he walks into our team and he's already the best technician barring Trent. That's the only one who I think has as good of a technique. But Then after that is the decision making and the blah blah where he has to get better. But technique wise, he's just unbelievable.
The thing is, though, he's 21. Like, there's so much time for him to figure that out.
I do agree with that. Real question is, what's Slot's ideal number 9 attributes? Look, I know I speak for both of the guys because it's obvious the way that Slot plays football.
I don't think Slot has an ideal one, though. I think Slot.
Yeah, but the idea of it, at least the concept is, I think should be someone that can hold the ball, someone that can at least pass the ball to an acceptable level, and because we don't get that many chances, someone who has a good conversion rate. Like, you have to have at least 1 in 2 big chances you score type thing. So
I don't think Slot has this ideal one striker, though. I think Slot would rather have 2 strikers who can do different things. I think that the dynamic that we've got now with Jota and Nunes is the right idea, but because Jota's not fit enough and Nunes is Nunes, it doesn't necessarily work in practice. Whereas if he got the choice and he could buy 1 good striker or 2 decent, but they complement each other well, I think he'd go for that one, because there'll be games where you need a guy who can pin the defence back with runs in behind, and there'll be games where you need a guy who can drop deep, link up with the wingers, link up with the 10, bring others into play. I think that's the way Slot sees it, hence why he's not afraid to make the big calls. You know, Diaz as the false 9, because he needed the guy who could do what Diaz done, is that striker. I think he's so much more tactical.
Okay, I hear where you're coming
that
from.
he needs
I
multiple options in a position.
This is why I'd see if we can keep Diaz. That I'd see if we can move Diaz centrally. He could be the person that offers that, and then we can get an out and out striker who does something different. And then
I'm not against keeping Diaz right now. I'm really not. As long as we have to be objective as well. As long as he keeps up some form of form, like, you can't just. Did someone raid us? Big up Rants for the chat for the raid. Big up to you, Rants. Thank you so much for raiding the channel. Big up to you. There's 1,000 people locked in right now. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing on your way in. Shout out to Rants for the raid. And actually, let's as well switch topic a little bit, because forget all the transfer window and all this. We have to talk about. There's an earthquake happening at our football club. If I speak, there will be a fire. You get me? Big up to Rance. Make sure you guys go check out this channel. Big up everyone locked in as well. Go subscribe to Tom Little. Go subscribe to Kopish. Go subscribe to Matt's channel. They're all in the description. Look, Tom, I'll start with you on this one. Salah contract. Come out publicly saying he hasn't been offered one yet. All that type of stuff. Where are you with this whole conversation regarding the Salah contract? By the way, the statement that it's more out than in is the scary part for me. But talk to me. By the way, he saved us again against Southampton. All you Salah haters in the mud. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm not worried yet. Maybe I should be, but I'm not in my mind yet. This is kind of what happened last time, that he was due a contract where both sides are playing chess games against each other. It happens. I think that what Mohamed Salah is doing this season cannot go understated, and he's a very smart man who's using the fact that he has got the biggest position of power at the football club at the minute, because he's contributing 70% of our goals, and he is saving our arse week in, week out, and he knows that the fans have his back 100%. He's not him and his agents aren't stupid. I think that it might be further along than is suggested. I mean, I saw something today that really optimistic people thinking that it's all mind games by the club in order to drag the attention away from trends on the week of Madrid. I don't think we're that smart, but I'm not worried yet regarding the contract situation. If we get to January 1st and I'm still hearing the same things, there's no offer on the table, this, that, or the other, panic will start to set in then, because that's when players will start going.
But you're saying panic is not setting in. But the truth of the matter is he's spoken up publicly against this twice.
Yeah,
twice, not only once. Remember after the United game, he gave the first interview when he was like, "Oh, I haven't been offered anything yet," and blah blah blah.
Like I said, this is what happened last time. This is
but the circumstances are different now.
Are they? But bar the fact he's going into the last 6 months. By the fact he's going to the last 6 months, I don't think much is that different.
Yeah, but Tom, you already know why it's different. You yourself know it. Klopp is not in charge. You know this. You know, had Klopp been here, the contract been delivered already. You know this.
I mean, are we all forgetting the way him and Salah and Klopp were acting with each other at the end of the last season?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, Sam.
Listen, we're talking about one specific individualistic fight. I'm talking about overall as the concept. When Jurgen Klopp was in charge, it was different, you know. But for me, by the way, Jamie Carragher is a disgrace. Jamie Carragher is a massive disgrace. Every time he comes out and speaks against Liverpool, like it's always some shit like this. He's saying that this week was supposed to be about Madrid, Man City. Yeah, of course it was supposed to be about Madrid, Man City. And actually, that's why it's the perfect week to speak about the situation, because all eyes are on Liverpool right now. Top of the league, top of the Champions League. Man City, who are favorites for the Premier League, come to Anfield. Real Madrid, who are favorites for the Champions League, come to Anfield. So it's the perfect time to speak up against this. And as per usual, from Carragher's perspective, instead of calling out the club, he always wants to defend the club because he's just an FSG ambassador at this point. Doesn't speak up for the fans, doesn't say anything truthful. The truth of the matter is, the fact that Salah has to publicly state all of these things is a disgrace to begin with. The fact that we haven't given him a contract. And I'll give these two examples once again for all the people at the back. Oh my God, he's 32. He's going to be 33 in the summer. Benzema won the Ballon d'Or age 34. Robert Lewandowski has 15 goals in La Liga, top goal scorer by an 8-goal margin. He's 36 years old. Can we stop with this whole, as soon as a player hits 30, he's done concept? Because it's just stupid. Absolutely. And we haven't even mentioned the other two people's contracts. You actually watched the end of the interview today. I never saw that part, where as soon as Virgil walks by, he's like, this guy as well. Like, you think the players don't talk about this shit? Come on now.
No. Again, it's just that I'm not necessarily worried yet. Like I said, if it gets to January and we're hearing the same things, then panic sets in, because that's when players will start really feeling like they're not being valued by the football club. But this is, to me, playing out similarly to how it done last time, with both parties trying to use the media. Because straight after that video came out, you'd had 3 separate journalists, none really affiliated with Liverpool. Melissa Reddy, who's the other one? It's another random, just sort of general journalist, all coming out and saying that Liverpool, Alex Crook, that's it, the guy who works at TalkSport, who come out and said that Liverpool have confidence in the negotiations. They're not worried yet. Talks still progressing. What compromises will have to be made on both sides, this, that, and the other. Both sides are using the media to play it out. That's how it happens. That's how it happened last time. It's how it's happening this time. And I don't think that the fact of Jurgen Klopp not being here is that big of a thing, especially at the age Salah's at now and the way that we've started this season and the way that he is under Arne Slot.
Sorry, Tom. I hear what you're saying, but this situation is so much different to the last time. Salah had 1 year left on his contract when he signed the extension last time. We are a month and 4 days or 5 days away from him being able to speak to other clubs legally about his future. Mm-hmm. If you're not worried, bro, I want some of your confidence, because I am extremely worried about all three. We're living in a world where if we don't sign Trent to a new contract and it gets to January, we may have to sell him to keep any sort of dignity. If we lose Virgil
dignity,
and Salah, say again.
If we get to January and he says he doesn't want to sign and Madrid start offering money, fuck it, I'm rejecting every offer. Fuck that, you could play with the Reses.
No, we can't. We can't do that.
Well, we can.
We can't. It'd be sick. We'd be cutting off our own nose to spite our face if we did that. It'd make no sense to just keep him if he wants to sign for Real Madrid. You're better off trying to get some money out of them, because then we can at least try and reinvest it in the squad. Now, saying that, I do want Trent to stay, obviously, but I'm looking at the whole situation and I'm thinking, all right, Salah's the best right winger in the world right now and has been for a few years. If you're looking at other top quality right wingers, Saka we're not going to get because he's an Arsenal player and he's an Arsenal fan.
We all know the kind of right winger we'd buy. It'd be like an Mbeumo. That's the kind of guy that FSU would go for. I'm
going to be honest with you. If we lose Salah and then Mbeumo's the replacement, me as a content creator is going to be a very different person to who I am today, because it's not going to be good.
Same.
And then Virgil van Dijk, who, again, Virgil's the best in the world. Then you look at someone like a Saliba at Arsenal already, Gabriel at Arsenal already, Bastoni won't leave Italy, Schlotterbeck, maybe. But no one in the world comes in and does what Virgil does. And another thing that people are sleeping on is how available Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah are. Their
Mhm.
availability is crazy. It's actually abnormal how available they are. And then you work back the fact of you're losing your captain, your vice captain, and probably your third captain as well. It would be the most catastrophic summer in Liverpool's history. Not to mention, we're a club that, typically doesn't spend more or frivolously. What the hell are we going to do? Because at the moment, squad-wise, we need a centre-back, a left-back, and a centre midfielder. And if you're going to argue, we don't need a striker, but we want a striker to replace one of the two strikers we have. If you then add a right winger, a right back, and a centre back to that, you're looking at 6 players. We're not signing 6 players in the summer transfer window.
And that's not just a rebuild. You're actually tearing the house apart.
You're tearing the house apart. You're destroying the foundation and then trying to decorate the walls inside the front room. It just doesn't work. We have to get this right, and if we don't, then heads have to roll. Like Hughes was brought in to try new. Like this is Hughes and Edwards' job. If they're not doing their job, they have to go. If this was a player doing this, they'd be gone. And again, I rate Chiesa highly. Wanted us to sign Chiesa since 2020, but we bought him in it's not working. Because I asked the question, guys. Everyone's saying, "Oh, he's just not match fit. He's not match fit. He didn't have a pre-season." He played for Italy until the 29th of June, played a full season with Juventus last season, came to Liverpool. Yeah, all right, didn't have a pre-season. But I've also been told this season from Slot that Robbo barely had a pre-season. I'm seeing Robbo. Elliot's just come back from a broken foot and Elliot's already on the bench. So really and truly, what is
to be fair, Chiesa was in training today, so he was in like full team training, so he might make the bench.
Do you reckon he'll make the bench tomorrow? Because I'm not certain.
He might just make the bench in a Harvey Elliott type thing where he's on the bench, he won't come on.
Yeah, but Tom, here's the issue. I'll tell you something right now, Tom. You said Mbuemo. I'm glad you said that, and it's not me, because if I say that, people say you're just negative and blah blah blah. People need to deep something, because I'm gonna combine both Callum and Tom's points here. Look, we're not the type of club to sell Salah and then go buy Lamine Yamal. We're not that type of club. We're not the type of club to sell Salah and go get Vinny, Rodrigo, Saka, Palmer. We're not that type of club. We're the type of club to sell Salah and then get Mbuemo. Now, there's something that happened a little bit before Tom's time, but I recall it, and Callum recalls it, of course. Inter Milan 2010 won the treble. Their best players were all a little bit old, just like we have right now. Eto'o, Diego Milito, etc. They decided, because they're all old, to move all of them on, not give them new contracts, sell some of them, and then signed a bunch of bums like Freddy Guarin and other players, back in the day. And Inter then went on to go 10 years without a league title until Conte came in and rebuilt the thing and won them a league title. The issue that we currently have with the squad is, look, we have to eventually move on from Mo. But the truth of the matter is, if anyone is showing me signs of slowing down, I get it. Someone who has contributed to 67% of our goals is not showing any signs of slowing down. Someone who is the highest goal scorer in all the fixtures against the big 6 sides is not someone that's slowing down. If he has shown any sign of slowing down, or he starts getting injuries here or there, blah, 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 I get it. But he isn't. And the way that he takes care of his body, the way sports science works right now, the way that he's upgraded his game, it's so obvious that the guy can go till he's 36, 37. Callum mentioned something as well with Van Dijk's availability. That's not something that we just push to the side like it means nothing. Van Dijk is also always available. He's never injured. Alhamdulillah, hopefully he never gets injured again. And once again, if we want to talk about realistic Van Dijk, like Van Dijk probable replacements, the likes of Saliba, the likes of Rudiger, maybe the likes of Bastoni, none of them are attainable. None of them. And this is the issue that we have. So it's going to be like, sell Van Dijk, get Inacio in, sell Salah, get Mbuemo in, sell Trent, I don't know, insert Connor Bradley in or whatever. And then all of a sudden you're in a position where next season you won't go from challenging for the league for fighting for top 4. Instead of me doing title race specials on Thursday with Dawood and LB, I'm going to start doing top 4 specials with Lewis and another Spurs fan. That just doesn't work. And that's how you go into mediocrity. Guys, according to not Don Husam, not Egypt News, according to goal.com, Salah is now favourite to win Ballon d'Or. And if we win the Premier League and we win the Champions League, I think he has a massive chance, if he continues playing this way, of
if he does the double,
Ballon
he wins it. Because
he wins
double
That's
league
what I'm
years.
saying. Of winning the Ballon d'Or. If we're saying a Ballon d'Or level player is not good enough to be given a contract right now, tells you all you need to know about the direction of the football club this thing is headed in. But that's my point, Tampalion. Even if Mbeumo is the Mo replacement, get Mbeumo in while Mo is here. Do what City did with Fernandinho and Rodri. They signed Rodri while Fernandinho was playing, while he was active, while he wasn't finished. That way, Rodri learned off of Fernandinho. I saw someone earlier on the chat mention Kubo. Kubo is a better version of Elliot. Kubo is not a right winger in the Premier League at all, by the way. At all. Please go watch him. He's not a right winger, like Premier League right winger at all. He's a better version of Elliot. That's it. This is the thing. Like, because we're not that club, someone did the calculation, I think. Giving him 350 grand a week for the next 3 years is going to cost 30 million. That 30 million, can you get a Mo Salah replacement for 30 million? No, you cannot.
Even
So
Kudus,
even from a
Kudus is the
financial
one I'd go and
perspective,
get. Kudus is the one I'd go and get, but you're looking at
God,
85 mil
my
for
goodness.
Kudus, and then you're looking at a further 150k minimum a week.
Not
Plus
like
signing on
Kudus. I
fees
don't think
alone.
Kudus is that good.
Kudus is better than Mbeumo, in my opinion.
Not for what I think a right winger for Liverpool needs. I think Kudus. I just don't know how well his output scales in terms of like.
But remember, he's playing
it's
out of position, or not out of position, but he's not playing in his ideal position. He's playing left wing for West Ham. If Mbeumo was playing left wing for West Ham, I don't think his output would be any.
I mean, Mbeumo's has to be a sole striker this season because they didn't.
But then he's going to get more chances than Kudus. Then,
but he's also playing out position in a role that's not really familiar. So he's got to do a different job, and he's still putting up the numbers. It comes down to what you like.
look at the names
Kudus
that
is a
you
better
guys are
dribbler.
mentioning. Can any of the names that you guys mentioned have 10 goals and 6 assists 12 games into the Premier League season? None of them can. So where do we go from here?
Let's not have people reading this that me and Callum going, oh yeah, this is who I'd say. No, Salah should stay. If Salah and Van Dijk at the end of the season don't stay at Liverpool, I will be fucking livid. I know I'm saying I'm not worried now, but that's if come July 1st they are not Liverpool players, I will see my fucking arse because they are the best in the world in their positions.
Yeah,
you don't go out and buy better than that, especially because if we're being entirely honest. The way that the first window for Arne Slot went, next summer's his first window because all he got was a fucking goalkeeper and Chiesa who's not been fit. Yeah. So like next summer will be the one where the ownership have to go and start giving him his players. Therefore, does he really need to in his first summer where he can, after having a full season of looking at the squad, seeing what can be achieved, this, that, and the other, does he not look at it and then go, right, by the way, I need to go and replace my best defender, the best defender in the world, and the best player in the world who contributed to fucking 70% of my goals last season. That's easy for you. Just on top of all the other shit that I figured out that we need in the season, it's not going to happen. So those who need to... Again, like I said, I am not worried that that they're not going to sign or whatever. I do think that eventually it will be us that make the compromises. We will go against what we believe to be the ideal structure because the ideal structure doesn't work if you want to keep top players at the top level. But we will go against that, and then we will move on from that point. And I think you'll see. Ideally, for the football club, it'll be 2+1, but I think it should just be give Van Dijk and Salah 3-year deals. If let's say, for argument's sake, after 2 years of his contract, Virgil van Dijk falls off a cliff,
you can still sell him to Saudi.
Exactly. Saudi is an entirely different ballpark to what was here last time we were in this situation with the likes of Wijnaldum and the likes of it was only just becoming a thing with Henderson and Fabinho, and we didn't really know.
I don't think Mo goes to Saudi right now. I think Mo will go to Saudi.
Not.
Yeah, I think he'll go to Saudi when he's like Ronaldo age. I think Mo's is closer to like a Lewandowski situation where he goes to like a Bayern or a Madrid or a Barca. And actually, there's something that worries me even more. That Mo goes to an Arsenal or a Chelsea.
He's not going to go... I'm sorry, Mo... Right.
He won't go to Chelsea. I don't think he'll go to Arsenal because Saka's there. I wouldn't even rule out...
No Prem club is going to pick up Salah. Salah, rightly or wrongly, has too much love for the fans of this football club.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's why the Athletic reported that he wouldn't move to City or United. But the other clubs...
So he won't move City or United. Arsenal won't buy him because they've got Saka.
Oh,
And he
you
won't
really
go back.
think Arsenal wouldn't take Salah? Are you insane?
Arsenal will not buy Mohamed Salah.
So if they take Mo and then they play Saka left wing, then what?
Arsenal Football Club will not buy Mohamed Salah. I don't know
Based
how
on
many
what?
times
I
he's
have
said it.
Arsenal fans telling me they'd take him.
Yeah, of course, Arsenal fans would say they'd take him, but Arsenal, as a football club, have not recruited in Mohamed Salah's age range or in his wage bracket since fucking Aubameyang and Özil. They haven't done that any time recently.
Yeah, and
So,
Todd Bowley. Todd Bowley,
not
when
gonna
he
go-
first walked in,
Salah's
wanted
not gonna,
Salah and Kevin De Bruyne.
Salah is not going to go back to Chelsea.
Based on what?
God, based
I
on the
don't
fact
think
that,
he goes
again,
back.
if we
I
are
don't think
looking
he goes back to
at it,
Chelsea.
A, he doesn't have great memories there anyway. B, Chelsea are trying to fix their wage structure, not bring in Mohamed Salah, who goes on to 350, 400 grand a week, and then all of a sudden you look at all their other players like Cole Palmer, who then go, I'm only on 150. I want Salah wages. And all of a sudden, their wage bill that they've tried to fucking curate across the past 2.5 years goes fucking through the roof. I am being entirely honest here. I don't know which clubs in Europe can afford
Bayern easily. Bayern easily.
Bayern are one.
Madrid, Barcelona.
I don't think Madrid take Salah. If they're getting trends, I don't think they take Salah.
I think they take.
I think
Salah.
Madrid would take Salah if they get rid of Rodrigo.
But again, it's so too many moving
And
parts.
theoretically, actually, Rodrigo does want to leave because he's not really starting like that. And all their players are essentially left wingers. So, like, PSG
again,
is another club as well.
PSG have moved away from the model of buying big name superstars.
Yeah, but he's literally friends
Salah's
with
a
the
different.
PSG
I tell you why
owner.
Salah's so different, though, Tom. Because not only is Salah still producing the numbers, but from a commercial aspect, Salah is a massive commodity as well.
And I'm not arguing that, but PSG have moved to a different model. They're trying to buy.
Yeah, but I
young,
think they'll make an
strength, talent.
exception to the model.
They'll
make an exception.
I at the minute would be shocked if PSG tried to make an exception to the model that they've just tried to bring in.
I'd be shocked.
Right,
if
this is a different thing. I understand fans of every single club on the fucking planet would take Mohamed Salah as their football club because he's the best player in the world, but fans don't run football clubs.
Real Madrid.
Yes, and that's why we gave objective examples. Okay, Madrid don't care about age or wages if a player delivers, number one. Bayern Munich, we agreed on. PSG, you're talking about the model, which I have no problem with. I understand where you're coming from, so don't throw a hissy fit. I'm saying they would make the exception to that model. And above all, by the way, him and Nasser Al-Khalifi are literally friends. Like, they've had dinner together before. The PSG owner, bro. Like, he's friends with the actual owner himself. So, of course, they'd make a exception to the rule for him. And at the same time, all those old-ass players that PSG signed, barring Messi, weren't really delivering at said time. Now Salah is still delivering. If someone's going to sign Salah this summer, he'll be signing a potential Ballon d'Or winner.
Hold on a minute. Messi fucking signed for PSG.
Yeah, I know. I just said barring Messi. Barring
Did you say
Messi, as in
barring
Messi is the
Messi?
exception.
He did say
Okay,
that.
I did. You cut out when you said, but when
Yeah, you
said
cut out
barring
because you have
Messi for
shit
me.
internet. How about you fix your internet, buddy? That'd be a better
Nah, I'm
suggestion.
alright. I think Bayern could buy him. Madrid could. I don't know if they will. PSG could. I don't know if they will. But I look at as an overall situation, rightly or wrongly, I believe Liverpool is still the best club for him at the stage in the life that he's at with everything he's done. He is not retirement league. He is the best player in the world. That's not retirement league level. Saudi's retirement league. So he ain't going Saudi yet. You've got Salah in the top leagues for at least another 3-4 years.
I agree.
At least another 3-4 years.
Do you think there's a chance, if his contract situation isn't sorted by January, that Sheikh Mansour makes a phone call to Mohamed Salah?
He is not going to Man City. For fuck's sake, he's not.
I'm
going
just
to
asking the hypotheticals. Why are you losing your shit, Tom?
because it's a stupid hypothetical.
No, everything is possible in the world of football.
Mohamed Salah won't go Man City.
LB would take him.
If Mohamed, yes, everyone would lose. Everyone would take Mohamed Salah.
Him lose his mind. Callum, you see how I trigger him? One-liners and he's triggered. Just one liner.
Oh my god!
Off the cuff. You have to be intelligent here. Just trigger Tom. Callum, talk to me what you think about the Carragher comments.
Spoke about this yesterday. because I'm on your channel, I'm not going to go too hard on him. I don't see.
Well, says who? I called him a disgrace and a rat yesterday. You can go for it.
It's your channel though. I don't see Jamie Carragher as a Liverpool fan anymore. I see him as a journalist who speaks about Liverpool and doesn't usually do it in an objective way. Jamie Carragher would rather stick up for other things.
It's funny though, Callum, because there's two sides to Carragher. You've got Carragher when he's commentating on Liverpool, and Carragher when he's in a studio or writing articles. When he's commentating on Liverpool, he's sitting there going, "Give Mo his dough." Liverpool this, Liverpool that. The day after in the studio, he's told, "Oh no, you got to do this, you got to do that," and he shits himself.
Yeah, because Carragher on commentary is trying to go viral every time he's on commentary. He's trying to do things that are going to capture the attention of the public. When he's sitting down and having conversations, he's saying things like Salah's selfish and all this. Did he say this about Gerrard when Gerrard tried to leave Liverpool? Did he
say this about himself when he quickly forced through a contract before Hicks and Gillette sold the club because he knew FSG wouldn't give him a new one? Did he say that then?
Did he say this about Henderson when Henderson was trying to get a new contract and was putting out stuff in the media? At the end of the day, if Jamie Carragher's sitting there defending the owners, we all know what's going on here, don't we? Like, we all know what it is. He's an FSG mouthpiece at the end of the day, and he's not someone that sits there and wants the best for Liverpool Football Club. And if he does want the best for Liverpool Football Club, he wants the best for Liverpool Football Club if it comes at the expense of FSG being cool with it. Mo Salah was asked questions, and yeah, you can say Mo Salah was calculated, but you know what? We sit here and we talk about players being honest and all this, but when players are honest, then we give them flack for it. Mo Salah is clearly frustrated with the situation. Why shouldn't he be allowed to speak about it? When the club are frustrated, they're allowed to hang players out to dry. Why can't Salah speak about it? Since the day Salah signed, Salah has been linked with moves away from the club. Every single summer, him and his agent have quashed those rumours and always said he wants to stay at the club. He loves Liverpool. I love Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane wanted out of Liverpool before we sold Sadio Mane. If COVID didn't happen,
the summer before we sold him.
All right, then. If COVID didn't happen, we would have sold Mane after we won the league because he was looking around and seeing who we could have gone to.
There was three different things with Mane. He was going to be, because the club always planned to sell one of them after we won the league, but then COVID meant no one would pay the money. Then after 2021, where he had a really shit season, he wanted to go that summer, and Jurgen Klopp convinced him to stay. After the treble, after the quad charge year, whatever, he got sold that summer when he was pushing for a move. And before the Champions League final, where Salah said, "No, my focus is on Liverpool. I'm happy at the football club." Man, he's going, "I'll tell everyone about my future after the game. I'll do this, I'll do that." But I never saw any of the comments then from Carragher.
They never will, because Carragher's one of his favourite players. But as it goes to Carragher, do you know what? He's a pundit at the end of the day, isn't it? But he's not a Liverpool fan anymore.
And sorry to cut it off again, Callum, but I just look at it this way.
Damn, he's not a Liverpool fan. Okay, Callum, let's go.
People go with the line of, it's really bad that Salah would do this on the week of Liverpool's two biggest games of the season so far, type thing.
So when should he do it then?
But because of the notion that it will mean that the team falls off a cliff because there's drama around it. This controversy has been looming over the football club all fucking season. Because any press conference, Arnie stops ask the question. Anytime any of the three players interviewed, they'd ask the question. I know that certain people have been told when they, when they're working or whatever, we're not talking about contracts or anything today with them. You move away from that topic. We're not going to discuss that today. So that's clear. It's been in and around the club all season. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that it's the biggest game of the week. You shouldn't be saying that. What if Mohamed Salah goes and gets man of the match against Real Madrid and man of the match against Manchester City after coming out with these comments, and we win both games? What's the argument then? Mohamed Salah has as much of a right as anyone ever has had at Liverpool in the 21st century to argue for a new contract at the football club. He's the greatest right winger in this competition's history. He is 32 and he is the top scorer. Got the most GA, the best player in the league, the best player in the world. He is dragging this Liverpool team through games. If there is a man who wants to ask about a new deal, it is Mohamed Salah. In the same way that if there was a man who warranted asking about and causing a fit when he wanted the new deal in 2005 after dragging that team to a Champions League final and winning it, it was Steven Gerrard. that is the case. It should never have got to this spot where this is happening, but that is what is happening. And right now, Mohamed Salah has as much of a right as anyone, to go to the media and start doing this. And the fact that Virgil van Dijk was stood next to him in that interview, nodding along with the comments, means that he's in the same boat as well. These are I'd say these are the two greatest modern day players for Liverpool, or the two greatest 2010 onwards players for Liverpool type thing. They're certainly in the top three modern players behind Stevie G. It's Van Dijk, it's Salah, and it's Gerrard as the three. Yeah. Two of them are openly saying they want to stay. They want offers. Put it forward. We're disappointed in this. Liverpool Football Club don't have an abundance of world-class fucking players. There's not an abundance of world-class players in the world. Liverpool Football Club don't buy world-class players. We've only ever bought one in my lifetime, or two in my lifetime. One was Fernando Torres, and one was Thiago.
Torres wasn't world-class when we got him, but he was very close.
He was on the cusp, weren't he? Like,
I think he was world-class when we bought him, to be honest.
But like that's like an on the cusp one. The only genuine
during Tom's time though, because Tom was like 3.
Glad it was during my time. But the only world class player then, if we're gonna say Torres and the only world class player Liverpool have bought since 2005 is Thiago. Liverpool don't go out and buy world class players. So if we lose 2, where the fuck are we gonna make that up in aggregate?
3. Because again, I'm going to say to you, the knock-on effect of Salah not signing a new deal and leaving, and same with Virgil. If you're Trent and your whole thing's been ambition of the club, if you see your best centre-back and your best right winger leave, what incentive is there for you to stay?
That's a great question. Big up to Blaze, who says, would Tom be more worried if it was Robbo instead? You're getting cooked by Chelsea fans for your
I'm quite happy to let Andy Robertson go. As it stands.
Say that again.
I'm quite happy to let Andy Robertson go. But you're
finally,
never
Tom has puberty, chat. Finally, has become a grown man.
But you're never gonna get me to say that I think Andy Robertson is a worse player than Kostas Tsimikas.
Actually, he's right now, but you do though. I can't brain why FSG is not giving them what they want, is what Afik is saying. I'm with you, bro. They should have given them the money a long time ago. I don't know why I don't even know why we're here. This is the second time Salah has spoken about this publicly, by the way, once after the Man United game away from home. So, yeah. Did you see the refs for this weekend against City? No, who are the refs?
Yeah, I'll read it out.
Or any referee who was born within the vicinity of Manchester is refereeing our game against Manchester City.
Please don't tell me Anthony Taylor.
And all right, so referees Chris Kavanagh, assistant referees Lee Betts and Darren Can, fourth official Anthony Taylor, VAR is Paul Tierney, assistant VAR is Tim Wood.
So Chris Kavanagh was born in Greater Manchester, Anthony Taylor was born in Manchester, Paul Tierney was born in Greater Manchester. And if you really want to go into the conspiracy, I've never heard of Darren Can before, but he's got the same initials as David Coote. Is he just going to be David Coote wearing a mask? Anything to stop our title charge this year?
I've had enough from him.
It is what it is.
I've had enough. Get him off, fam. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Let's talk about Madrid for a bit because I know Callum has to go as well in a while. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. There is 900 people watching us. Let's at least target 400 likes, almost at halfway point. We're currently at 330 likes. So please hit the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right now, please hit the like button and subscribe. Big up every single super chatter. Big up everyone who's shown us love. I'm going to start this section off with Callum. Talk to me about the Madrid game, brother. What do you make of it?
Everything points that we should win the game with all their injuries and our form and everything. I'll say this publicly, and I'll say this being as honest as possible. Real Madrid are the only game I go into where I'm actively scared of what could happen because they seem to have this hoodoo over us. We always get Porto in the Champions League and we always beat Porto. Whenever I see us drawn against Porto, I go, oh, we're good, guys. We're good. Whenever Real Madrid see Liverpool since 2009, they go, "Oh, we're good. We're good." They are the only team, in my opinion, in the world that can out-heritage us. And they seem to do it every single time. And the fact that players like Vinny and Rodrigo actually got injured, I think actually helps Carlo Ancelotti.
You can actually play a team with balance.
Exactly. And that's my worry. Everything on paper suggests that we should win this game. We're at home. We're in better form. We don't have many major serious issues at the moment. They do have serious issues. They're stinking up in the Champions League at the moment. In the league, they're not on the best of form. They've got loads of injuries. I still worry about this game.
I've seen a narrative today and really since the Southampton game today, yesterday, even a little bit before, and that Liverpool should rotate heavily in this game because it doesn't matter because you've got Man City on the weekend. And whilst, yes, logically, Liverpool have Man City on the weekend, that is the bigger game. This is Real Madrid we're talking about. I fucking hate Real Madrid. I want to beat Real Madrid. And I think that if you beat Real Madrid after all the shit that's happened across the past 5, 6, 7 years with them, going into the biggest league game of your season so far, a chance to go 11 points clear of your biggest title rivals, a win against Madrid the Wednesday beforehand is only going to be a positive in my eyes for momentum and feeling around the football club. I've seen people saying, "Oh, we should play Tyler Morton and Endo." Fuck that, no. I want us to play some big players in that game. I want us to go.
Who said that?
Go look on Twitter. Go look on any social media platform. You'll see people saying Endo should be starting. You'll see people saying, what's his name? Harvey Elliott should start this game, even though he's only just come back from an injury. Quansah. I saw a couple of people say Quansah or Gomez should start at centre back into the Canate. This is Real Madrid. This is a Real Madrid with their tail between their legs, who aren't playing great at the minute. This is a chance. We talk about how Leverkusen was a real marker game for us, where this was Arne Slot going, "This is what I am." Real Madrid is a chance to be another one of them games against a team that have caused us so many problems. Go and beat them, take that momentum into the City game, win that. Then you've got Newcastle and Everton. Those two games, yes, they're tough. Newcastle away, Everton away, not easy games. But if you're asking me, can I afford to rotate 1 or 2 players in those games? Yes, I can. Those are the type of games where I could afford to maybe, if he's fit, start Chiesa. Everton away. I know he's not played much this year, but I look at the Everton team. I've watched a lot of Everton this year because it's fucking funny. If I'm looking at that Everton team, I could afford to play Wataru Endo at DM because they cannot press. Everton have no pace in their midfield. They cannot press, and that's Endo's biggest weakness when someone's pressing him. So those games afterwards, and then after that is Girona, which if you beat Madrid, you can fuck Girona right off. That one is irrelevant then. You beat Madrid, Girona is a free hit. That's where you can play your Carabao Cup team in the Champions League. But for the next 4 games, you have to go as strong as possible where it is, because these are the runs, these are the types of runs of form where you look back on and go, that was where it changed in the season. That was where you either win or lose your top honours in a season. And I don't see why when you look at Real Madrid, you'd think about rotating. This is Real Madrid at home in the Champions League. This is a statement game.
Agree.
If given the a choice to choose one game to win, which one you're choosing?
City, obviously.
Cal, same thing.
Does that mean we lose the other game?
Let's say draw the other game.
I don't see.
I want to win both. I'll be honest. I want to win both.
I want us to win both. I think
if I've got to make a sacrifice later on where like I fuck off Girona and the Carabao Cup gets fucked off, but I guarantee wins.
We're not sacrificing the trophy this early in the season because I want to be doing this from January.
Why do you want to do that again? God, it's never worked before. It's never worked before.
I'm just saying that's what I want to be doing from January onwards. I would I would take a draw against Real Madrid if it means beating Man City, but I want wins in both, and I think it does the squad the world of good and the fan base as well. It does us the world of good if we go and beat Real Madrid.
Husam, imagine you doing.
Callum, you're really a massive jinx. I hope you know this. Like you know you're a jinx, right?
I've been told.
Husam, imagine
you're
you doing your
whole
show
quadruple
on the
thing.
Sunday
I never
night.
wanted
I
to do
didn't
this
say it
ever
though.
again.
I didn't say it.
No, he didn't say it. He just showed
You
it.
didn't
He
say
just
it, but
showed
you were
it
doing
round.
it.
He didn't say it though. He didn't speak it into existence. He just showed it round everywhere.
Come on.
This is what people don't understand. If you in 1 week, Real Madrid and Man City, I'm just speaking from a content creator's point of view. Imagine any show we do for the next week. Fucking hell, no one can chat to me about anything.
Hamza, I work with a lot of these guys. I'll just ruin their life, to be honest with you.
No one can chat about anything, and that's just in this scene. Imagine in daily life, mates that try and take the piss out of me. They can't chat to me. They're doing Europa League on a Thursday. I'm beating Real Madrid and Man City. This is why this week everyone was going on about this week, and then because of the way that other teams have fucked up, people are now trying to change how this week looks. When the draw was done, and I saw that we had Real Madrid and Man City in the same week win both those games, just because Man City are fucked up and Arsenal fucked up.
Not like what you did last season.
Oh, it's a must win this season.
Okay.
No, last season was different to this season. This season is a must win because they're gettable. Last season we were playing a back.
Yeah, but you were wrong last season as well. As
I wasn't though. I wasn't, because the draw against City with the team that we put out was a good result.
You love to fucking just be
Sam,
wrong.
do you not remember the team that we started against City?
You're moving like an Arsenal fan. You're egal of the Liverpool fans.
I'm right. Okay, so it's apparently now people wrong for me to go. I would take a draw when I had to play Quansah, Bradley, Gomez at left back, Kelleher, Elliott right wing, Nunes, Endo, McAllister, Soboslai, Diaz against a full strength Man City team. I am wrong for that. Sorry, people. We should have battered them 4-0. I'm sorry for thinking that a 1-1 draw was a decent result.
Thank you, Lucho.
The draw didn't fuck us. The draw against United fucked us. The loss against Palace fucked us. Drawing with fucking Man City with a weakened team did not fuck us up. Losing games with your full strength team.
Technically, it did. You want to know why? Because you're moving like a mathematician.
No,
you're not looking at momentum at all.
Whenever we've not beaten Man City at home, we haven't won the league. Whenever we've drawn with them at home, they've gone on to win the league. Drawing at Etihad is not a problem for Man City. Drawing at Anfield against Man City is a problem for us. We have to win this game.
This year, I agree entirely. If we
it's
don't
been like
beat
that
Man
for the
City,
whole time, though. It's been like that. 1920, when we beat them at home, we won the league. 18-19, we drew at home. They won the league. 21-22, drew at home. They won the league.
Yes, okay. They are not the games, though, that I look back on with the first or second or even third for in those seasons and go, that's...
Yeah, but you're looking at it from a math perspective. Momentum would have destroyed them. But anyway, let me just say something.
So really quick, not even momentum, bro. Them gaining a point against us means we lose out on 2. How many times have they beaten us in the league by 1 point? 3 times.
I tried to explain.
We beat them at home. We win the league usually. Or I can't say usually.
Usually, it happened one time.
But we beat them at home, and we do the rest of what our season's meant to be. We win the league. If we don't beat them at home, I don't care about the points tally, the points gap. I'm still not confident until I see us actually lifting the trophy.
I will never change my viewpoint that the draw against Man City last year with the state of the team that we had to put out was a decent result. This year, with the state of the team they are going to put out, with the run of form they are on, with the state of the team we can put out, and the run of form we are on, if we don't win this game on Sunday, it's a really bad look. I don't take a draw on Sunday. Whereas last year, when I looked at the team going into it, and I was seeing them starting a full strength lineup, including John Stones for the first time in 2 months, because he was just now fit for the Liverpool game, and I was watching us rock up with a back four of Bradley, Quansah, Van Dijk, and Gomez with Kelleher in goal, a right-hand side of Bradley, massively out of form and injured, Soboslai and Elliott.
We get it. Fucking hell, we get it. This guy keeps saying the same shit. We get it, bro. You're just wrong and strong. Now, let me just tell you something about this week. Listen, guys, I don't believe in jinxes. I don't believe in the football gods. I don't believe in any of this nonsense. The only big jinx on the stream is Callum. That's it. Other than that, I'm not a jinx or anything. I just want to say something to the people. Guys, I was an emperor at school for a week. I had 1 week at school where I was the emperor of school. We beat Man United by 4-1. And then we beat, by 4-1, yes. We beat Madrid 4-0. I think this week is going to be a repeat of that week. I feel it in my veins. I feel it in my intestines. I feel it in my soul. It's going to happen. We're going to beat both Madrid and Manchester City, and I'm confident of it. I'm very confident of it. I've never been more confident my whole life. I think Salah is going to put on a week, just like the week that Stevie G put on, that made Zidane say that Steven Gerrard's better than Messi and Ronaldo. We're not like United fans. We don't make quotes about Scholes and shit. We actually have actual factual quotes. I can share it in new tab, The Guardian. This week, ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself. We're beating Madrid by a big scoreline. And we're beating Manchester City by a big scoreline. Watch this space. Watch this space.
You sounded jinx like Cal now.
You talk about me like Cal. You said this about Chelsea, bro. You said this about Chelsie. And and
I said City are gonna lose to Bournemouth. And I said City are losing. You know what, Callum? I've had enough of your shit. I'm gonna share news right now. I'm gonna share tab right now. Watch this. Because you see, Callum is trying to do the whole Husam is a jinx thing. Watch this. See, I'm gonna show you something right now. Oh, Husam is a jinx. Watch this, Callum. Watch this. You see, we're changing the content up now. We're doing shorts and shit.
Okay, watch. I see you.
Yeah, exactly. See? Where is the clip I'm looking for?
One second. Why is there not any shorts of
Just be quiet, Tom. Watch.
I promise you, today, City is not leaving the Amex with 3 points. Guaranteeing it right now. They're not leaving the Amex with 3 points. Brighton are either going to win or get a draw. I'm telling you right now. You keep saying this jinx stuff. Okay, tune into the watch. No problem. Verbruggen and Haaland scores.
I changed my shirt.
Pedro equalizes for Brighton.
The fuck is that seagull doing?
Golas to Joao Pedro.
Oh my!
Let's oh my God! Brighton score again! Golazo the seagull!
What is that seagull doing on your screen? Why is the seagull pulling out the dance moves?
It's called the fucking edit, Tom. I pay someone to get these done. Fraud. Anyway, so this whole Husam's a jinx. I said they're gonna lose to Bournemouth. I said they're gonna not get a win against Brighton. And yeah. Now they come to Anfield, we're going to slap them. We're going to slap the fuck out of them.
I hope so.
Salah, guys, I'm going to tell you right now. Everyone, take pen and paper. Write it down. Salah is going to have a historic week this week. He's going to have a historic week. Now, let me just do these.
Is he going to sign a new contract after that as well?
No, everyone's going to be FSG out this week. Big up to Sima, who says beating Madrid is more psychological for later on. I do agree with you, to be honest with you. I agree with you. It's just more psychological. But beating Man City is just more psychological as well. To think Spurs draw Paris final stopped our quad. Hey, it is what it is, man. Courtois was man of the match. I never watched the highlights of that game ever again. No such thing as a jinx. One individual saying something can't affect the talent and training of players unless if said individual is God, Yahweh, Allah. Bro,
thank you.
Kenneth. Stop it, Callum. You said FSG until the day I die. We're never going to forgive you. We're never going to forgive you. That's the worst statement ever. That's worse than me emotionally saying slot.
AI is mad nowadays, Cal, isn't it?
AI is mad. AI is mad.
Someone used it to make me say Klopp out.
Oh, he went down the AI right. Okay.
It's mad,
okay. That's mad. That's mad. Hey, I agree with you, Kenneth. We're not jinxing anything. We're beating both. Write it down. We're beating Madrid and City. Habibi, I'm going Sunday. Must win is what my guy Sing G is saying. Listen, if you're going Sunday, I want you to sing your lungs out. I want you to lose your voice after the thing. Just, cuss out every City player that has the ball. Big up to you, Sing. And finally, Arjan says, Husam, you should connect with Anfield Agenda, bro. Listen, I was supposed to do a show with Craig like two summers ago. The summer where after the quadruple charge season, where we were making name for ourselves. But unfortunately, the times didn't align. I have no problem with Craig. I'd love to work with him someday. Send him a super chat. Tell him go work with Don Husam. Anyway, listen, big up to all of you guys. We're going to wrap up the stream here. Tom, like the video first of all on your way out. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right now, please like and subscribe. We're just 20 likes away from 400 likes. Please like the video on your way out before you head out and subscribe to the channel. Kopish is in the description. Go subscribe to Kopish.
So what score prediction? What are you saying for the game?
We're beating Madrid 3-1. And we're beating Manchester City 4-0.
Fucking hell.
What?
That's
What?
mad. So I'm going 5-0 Liverpool versus Madrid and 6-1 against City.
So you're calling me mad?
No,
and then you're doing this.
no. Really, I go 2-0 both games. I want clean sheets again.
Fuck off, Tom. You're boring.
Southampton.
Callum.
Oh, you're gonna really hate mine.
Oh, he's gonna say 2-1, 2-1. I promise you, he's gonna say 2-1, 2-1 right here. Right now.
Nearly 1-0. Nearly
Yeah,
1-0.
nearly 1-0. Go ahead.
I'm saying 1-1 with Real Madrid, and I think we beat Man City 3-2.
3-2. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. At least he didn't say 2-1, chat. Anyway, Kopish is in the description. Go subscribe. Go subscribe to Tom Little's channel. Also, Matt's channel is in the description. Obviously, he was sick today, so he couldn't make it. We wish him a speedy recovery. Love you all, and I'm going to see you guys back for Arsenal against Sporting Lisbon. Peace.